This is breaking news out of Washington, and it raises serious questions about the integrity of the justice system. A federal judge has just thrown out the indictments against James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. And not because the evidence fell apart. The judge dismissed the cases because she claims the prosecutor overseeing the indictments was not appointed correctly. And for a story involving two of the most politically connected figures in the country, that explanation feels extremely, convenient for them. Justice got turned upside down, and the timing could not have been more favorable for Comey, whose statute of limitations has already expired. And tell me this, are you guys comfortable with the judge wiping out major cases on a procedural technicality? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And this story just keeps getting worse, and the details change everything. Watch the video clip in a second. Let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And guys, we're a growing channel, and every like, comment, share, and subscription helps us grow. So give us a like, give us a follow, and give us a comment. Check this out.
Getting dismissed. The judge ruling the appointment of interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan violated the Constitution. The judge also criticized the DOJ for allowing an FBI agent who viewed Comey's privileged materials to testify to the grand jury. Now, the judge also tossed the case against Letitia James. Donna, we are just getting this on the wire. Talk to us about your top line thoughts in this moment.
Well, frankly, I'm not really surprised about the appointment of the Attorney General on that situation. I did think that that was going to be an issue, and I did think from the very beginning that Comey was going to have a valid legal argument. And what's interesting about the decision is it doesn't go to whether or not crimes are actually committed. It just goes to the way in which the prosecutor was appointed. So I'm not surprised legally when it comes to that issue.
Right. Do we foresee at all then an appeal or a different than prosecution, a second bite of the apple then with procedural things intact?
Yes, it's a 29-page opinion. I was just reading through it. So sorry if I look distracted during our segment. It doesn't get to the claim of malicious prosecution that Jim Comey was making. So this is solely the appointments clause, and that's why you have both cases dismissed against both individuals.
Right. And it is kind of interesting, though, because obviously that's kind of a fluke side ruling, not on the merits of the case. But it is kind of interesting how all of these fluke side rulings always tend to seem to go in the same direction.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to give you an opportunity also if you want to go back because it was so important.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, going back to this poor mom who.
You know, it's always in the Democrats' favor. So Judge Cameron McGowan Curry dismissed both federal indictments against James Comey and Letitia James because she believes interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan was appointed outside the statutory 120-day window. And that means, in her view, every action Halligan took, including the supervising the grand jury, is invalid. So tell me, do you guys believe this ruling protects justice, or does it protect political allies? I want you to comment justice matters if you think these cases should continue, or witch hunt if you think the dismissals were political. So Comey's case involved allegations that he misled Congress and interfered with a congressional proceeding, which it looks like he did. Letitia James faced accusations tied to misleading financial information on a mortgage application. And these are serious charges, but Judge Curry did not review the evidence. She did not question witness credibility. She simply erased the cases based on her interpretation of a procedural rule. And here's the part that they never expected. Comey's statute of limitations ran out last week, and that means because of this ruling, Comey is now completely insulated. Prosecutors cannot refile, and the window is closed. Letitia James is in a different position. Her case is new enough to be refiled, but it must start over in a different district, which guarantees months of delays. In political terms, that delays gives her breathing room as she continues to target a conservative interest from her state office. And one of the biggest concerns right now is a ripple effect. If Judge Curry believes Halligan's appointment was invalid, then any case Halligan touched may now be in danger, especially involving the DOJ. And internal DOJ sources say more than a dozen investigations could be affected. So tell me, what do you guys think Congress should do in response to this ruling? Let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you guys get value from this news update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. I'm still almost better from having my cold. I took Sunday off, and it feels good. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps support honest conservative journalism in our nation. So it always tends to favor the Democrats, right? And this ruling matters because it shows how easily a single judge can derail cases that millions of Americans expected to be handled on their merits. And our republic justice is supposed to be blind, but dismissing major indictments on a technicality with this kind of political weight attached undermines public trust. Do you think So for everyday Americans, it sends a clear message. If you are powerful enough or politically connected enough, procedure becomes a shield. And that's how accountability is supposed to work. The allegations against Comey and Letitia James deserved a proper hearing. And Judge Curry avoided that entirely to protect the Democrat apparatus. The DOJ will appeal, but the damage is already done. Comey's case is probably gone. James's case is delayed, and the public is left wondering whether justice applies equally to everybody in our republic as we were promised. So stay aware, stay engaged, and God bless.